Hi guys! So, today is my book review on The Paris Wife. See? The Paris Wife? Yeah, nice cover, right? Okay, so anyway. Set in 1920 Chicago, The Paris Wife is about Hadley Richardson. Hadley, I think that's her name. But she is the first wife of well-known author Ernest Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway is one of America's most well-known authors. Some of his works include A Farewell to Arms and The Old Man and the Sea. Hadley Richardson is a 28-year-old who is in the prime of her life, basically. She has given up on love and happiness, but she meets Ernest through one of her friends, and she starts to fall madly in love with him, and once they get married, they set sail for Paris, which Ernest is trying to make it big. So we're in the jazz age of Paris. After a whirlwind of emotions and courtship, the two finally marry, and then they set sail for Paris, in which Ernest is trying to make it big as a writer. But things don't really go the way she plans. She's not really ready for the fast life of Paris, of the jazz age, you know, there's a lot of drinking, a lot of booze, and a lot of girls, you know. 1920s, the roaring 20s, yeah, you know. So, Hadley realizes that she is not ready for this life. Add in a baby and a love affair, and then all chaos ensues. The Paris Wife is a portrayal of love and heartbreak. So even though the story is historical fiction, Paula McLain, who is the author, she really tried to capture these characters. She actually went through historical documents and tried to portray every setting, every aspect, and try to really get the inside of Hadley and Ernest. So basically we're actually reading a historical novel, not historical fiction, but even though there is fiction, you know, yeah, I'm just rambling right now. So, but I've always been a big fan of historical fiction, and I think that this is a rather good book, but there are some aspects where it's just dead. Some parts just like, okay, you're in Paris, you're traveling a lot, where's the action? I'm all for the drama. It's just me, so sorry. So it's like we are actually reading a live action account of what happened between Ernest and Hadley. So like I said, I have always been a fan of historical fiction. It's really interesting to read about writers such as Ernest Hemingway, and there are a lot more books coming out about the female's point of view, who are like the wives and the girlfriends of some of these famous authors. As I was saying, there are some slow spots within the story, but it picks up back fairly quickly, and the book actually ended a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. The only thing I really didn't like about this book, and other reviewers have agreed, that Hadley is kind of a pushover. She doesn't really fight for her man as much as you would think she would. I mean, if someone was trying to come at my man, yeah, I'd be cutting a bitch, okay? But Hadley is just kind of lets it happen. She lets her friend Pauline just kind of move on in, and Ernest is starting his love affair with her, and Hadley doesn't do nothing. Yeah, she whines and complains, and she tells Ernest that she loves him and that she is hurt by it, but she doesn't really fight for her man. I mean, stand up, grow some balls, fight for your man. Some reviewers have agreed on this part and have considered the book to be uninteresting because of Hadley's character. All in all, it was an interesting read, and I would recommend it for those who are into these kind of stories, and it's interesting to get inside the minds between Ernest and Hadley, and so yeah. That's all I really have to say about this book. So, yeah, until next time, bye. This, and so, okay. The Paris Wife is really a heartbreaking portrayal of love and... It's right here. Love and torn loyalty, that's what I'm trying to say. The Paris Wife is really a... What is it? Ernest... So your yawning just totally distracted me. We are leaving that in.